you Hillary supporters, I love you, but you can't argue against it. You can't argue against it. Hillary's more qualified on foreign policy because she's more ready to kowtow to the Republican ideas. How can you make that argument? Now, look, on the national, people, I can't believe the folks that 3 a.m. ad works in any way, shape, or form. If you're going to vote based on national security and you're a Democrat, look, if you're, a lunatic right guy and you love all wars and you think we're in some sort of Armageddon-like war with Muslims and you can't wait to attack more countries, then I get it, man. You vote for John McCain. That's a no-brainer. And if you were a Democrat and you believe those things, you'd vote for Hillary Clinton. Look, you wouldn't get that from Hillary Clinton. Don't get